forget who told me when I was quite young that he was a regular Bobby Sox pop icon.
Probably
and I
him.
thought, yeah, he probably was.
No, he used to compare himself with Sinatra. all
With
the time.
Sinatra, yeah.
Everybody adored him, from the players to the administrators to the funders themselves. Probably.
I'm sitting right there.
Up there.
I mean, up there. Yeah. The New York Phil, I mean, that was just an incredible love affair for so many years. And you know, he loved having new players come in and welcoming them and his family like. And also they toured very often, so it became a very close unit. You know, they're traveling together and getting in trouble together,
Having adventures.
having
Right?
adventures.
That really is a bonding experience like no other, to go on the road. And so that's where they really felt like a family. And then we got to tag along too, sometimes on those tours.
Yeah.
And that was the most fun thing ever.
What was the first tour you were on?
The
Philharmonic?
one to Israel, first it was Europe and then Israel. And the 50th birthday one. That was the first Philharmonic tour that we went on. Right, Alexander?
I don't remember which was which, but
I mean, we went.
no,
with-
I mean there were a lot of them. So. We weren't particularly observant, although he grew up so entrenched because of our grandfather was almost a rabbi, very religious. Our dad knew Hebrew, he could sing all the prayers, he knew everything. And he was very spiritual, took it very, very seriously. You know, we did Passover, we did Hanukkah,
And you
and Christmas and stuff. And
But you would
Yom
go-
Kippur, he would take me, he called it shul hopping. We would go from one temple to another in the city. He loved the various cantors. He loved to listen to them sing. And he'd always get a big welcome at each one.
But when it came to expressing his spirituality, it wasn't that he attended synagogue every week or anything like that, but it's really in his music. I think that's where he really explored his spirituality, was through music.
Well, think of
And just to sound.
and Jeremiah first.
Jeremiah,
Right?
yeah.
There's a lot of tussling
Misa Breve.
with the Almighty.
We are half in love with easeful death. Now more than ever seems it rich to die, to cease upon the midnight with no pain. And in ceasing, we lose it all. And in Mahler's ceasing, we have gained everything.
He had a special connection with Mahler in so many ways. I mean, obviously he was passionate about the music, but also I think there was a personal affinity because Mahler was a Jew who was conflicted about his religion.
And was a conductor, too.
And was a conductor
Had
too,
been
Music director of the Philharmonic,
yeah,
yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
So they had a lot in common.
who was also composing at the same time as he was music director. of the New York Philharmonic, and so there was that connection for sure.
It was always his conundrum that part of him loved so much to conduct and to be with orchestras and to take them all over the world and meet thousands and thousands of people and just be surrounded by people all the time. Then the other side of him was the composer, and that was a very solitary occupation, all by himself at 4 a.m. with his blank piece of manuscript paper. But he really had to be that person too. So once he wasn't full-time with the New York Philharmonic, that was supposed to give him more time to compose, as well as more time to, work with other orchestras all over the world. So he did both, and it was always a conflict, one with the other. That was just his deal. Conversations that we would be having with our dad, which usually meant that he was teaching us something, because he never stopped teaching. A lot of those elements would wind up in the scripts of his young people's concerts. There was that time we were in the car, and we almost always had the pop station on in the car. And our dad was so curious about the music that we listened to. He loved every kind of music. And so he would turn on the radio and say,
Let's catch up.
and then we would listen to whatever was on the pop station. And one time, You Really Got Me by the Kinks came on, a song that we all really liked a lot. Da-da-na-na-na, da-da-na-na, girl, you really got me going. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Da-da-na-na-na. So we all loved that song a lot. And our dad said, hey, that song's in the Mixolydian mode. Do you know what a mode is? No, of course we didn't know what a mode was. And so he proceeded to explain it to us. And then when we got back home, he took us to the piano and he showed us how the modes worked and how you could generate them by starting on a different white key and just playing the white keys in scales. And so what do you know, a few months later, what do you think the next Young People's concert was about? Modes. And when he got to the Mixolydian mode, what did he do? He went over to the piano and, among other things, he played and sang
Yes.
You Really Got Me by the Kinks. So there was that cross-pollination going on.
That always gave us a little cringe.
Oh, but he knew that the kids loved it when he would use the pop music examples and they would all squirm and giggle but it kept their attention, didn't it? So
Sure.
he knew it worked.
So that's your mom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
They were, husband and wife and collaborators. Can you talk about their relationship?
Kisses of windows, kisses of walls, kisses of windows, kisses of walls, all the little white house.
They were mad about each other, and they made each other laugh a lot, which was
So
enormous.
It was key in our family was the laughter.
And, they never fought in front of us.
We could sense tension
Yeah.
when it was there, but we never saw outright discord.
I think his admiration for her as an actress was enormous, and he knew he was not an actor. And also being a theater guy and writing for musical theater, he knew what an actor had to do. So I think that there was mutual respect there.
He used music to make the world a better place every chance he got.
And bring people together, especially when they had differences. He wanted music to bring them together.
Right, and raise the level of discourse above where people were disagreeing.
We could
Because-
use some of that right now.